Hello everybody and welcome to another video. In this video it's going to be another update. Now I'm very well aware that this is probably one of the first videos in a while, apart from the one which I've probably put out today, that got nothing to fear Brexit one. I have not done any talking videos for a long time, and when I say a long time, I mean probably about a month. I've just been doing like planespotting videos and fleet histories and tours and stuff, but I thought that since I've been away a bit of a while and I've been less active than usual, I thought I'd just tell you about what's going on, because I saw that someone had asked about it. I think it's Mr. Chicken TV who asked what was about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do an update video on that because I was thinking about doing it anyway. The reason why I've been inactive is because, well, there's a bunch of reasons, but the main reason is when I went on my Focus Empty trip at the end of October, that was basically the end of the half term, like the school half term, and then when I went back, I just seemed to get like my homework level just upped, the amount of work that we had to do just upped, and then I just came home just absolutely exhausted, like more exhausted than I would be, and then I didn't really want to record, and then on Saturday I want to rest it, and Sunday I'd have to do homework, which I have to do on Sunday now, but this Saturday I'm feeling alright, so I'm just going to try and record as much as possible. On Saturday is going to be like my major recording day, something I'm going to have to record everything on Saturday, or during the week if I don't have any homework. I mean, that's been the major burden and the reason why I haven't really been uploading that much, because there's just been, like, I mean, I've just been seeing my videos recently, there's actually been no gaming, it's just been planespotting videos, and then there's been like a 5-day break, and then there'll be a fleet history, and then a 3-day break, and then another fleet history, and I'll explain why in a minute. That's the reason why I've been gone, because it's just all, well, not just that, but that's one of the major factors that including on it. The next thing is, you've probably been aware about, it's Air Tycoon 4. Now, that's not been uploaded for about a month, I'd say, and the reason is for that is, well, there's a combination of factors. For the first one is that Jet US is failing. Jet US is failing, and ever since I put in the 777s, for some reason the profits were just going down and down and down and down, even when I set up loads more routes. And I looked at the passenger numbers, like the World Traveller Index, and that was just going down and down and down gradually. My profits were just gradually going down. And I was wondering, I was like, what the hell? So then I started trying to set up more routes, and they got worse and worse. It seemed like the more routes I set up, the worse it became. And then eventually, I started going into the economic crisis, and then everything went down the plug hole. And I'm not going to be able to pull out before like my 747s start crashing and everything. If your aircraft go outside their lifespan, that means that they're more likely to crash, and then when you get a crash, and that's really bad on your airline and all sorts of stuff. So I didn't want that to happen. So I either do the game for a few more like in-game years, and then just have a crash at the end of it, or just go out unprofitable now and just say that I went bankrupt, because I technically did, because I can't pull out of that bankruptcy. Most people, they probably say, like, when you go into negative funds, you should say, oh yeah, that's when you go unprofitable, go bankrupt, sorry. But in what I see it is that if you can pull out of that, out of that dip pretty easily or quickly or whatever, if you can pull out of it, then that means that you are obviously you're going to be able to pull out of it. If, like I was, I pulled out of it by about, I pulled out of it by about 800 million and then dropped back another like 1.5 billion, then it just wasn't going to happen. I'm going to have to end the series. I'm sorry if you did like it, but what I'm planning to do is I'll call it like series 2.5 or something like that, because I'm going to set up Jet US again. I'm going to set it up in Los Angeles. It'll be the same livery. I'll try and do the same things that I did last time, but it's going to be with different times. We're going to have a lot more efficient planes. We can do a lot more, how do I put it? We have a lot more variety of routes to set up with at the start, because in 1960, what do you have? You have DC-8s, and then you have Russian aircraft, which I don't use. Like, you have DC-8 707s are the major aircraft. You've got a few years until the 737 and 737 come out, and then you've got the 747, and then DC-10 and stuff like that. But then by that time, the 777 would have come out. The 747-400 would have come out. What else? 767, MD-11 wouldn't be in production. I think the F would only be in production then. We would have the 737NG, A320, and I hope, I don't know whether I can get up to the same levels of profit, but I hope that I can at least make a valiant effort to try and be profitable again, because the Jet US, like the Series 2 now, as I said, it's going to be ending. I might do one more episode on it. I don't know. I might just say that's the end of the series. So I think I might do another episode at the end of it and just say it's just cut off there, and then I start another series. So I think I'll do one more video saying it's ended. Might not be very long. Might try and do a few stuff. But it's kind of sad that it has to go out like that, because JetBrain, or the only reason why JetBrain didn't do it is because it wasn't until the end that I was actually ranked with my routes. Like before, I was just so careful. I was like, oh, I've got to set up routes like one every month, because then I don't want all my routes, like all my aircraft to crash. Unless you get into the situation like I did, you shouldn't have to worry about that. So hopefully I can get that done probably today, and I don't know like just when it'll go up. I think I might change the day that it goes out because I wasn't really comfortable uploading on a Saturday, really, like having to record it like on the Friday. So I might say it goes out on Monday or something like that, or Sunday. Probably Monday will be more likely. So as I said, that will happen in due course. But then the next thing is probably going to be about fleet histories, I should say, because that's also the thing that's changed. You may have noticed in my About section of my channel, I put my schedule in there, and it was always said that fleet histories on Tuesday. Well, now I've changed it, so it says fleet histories Tuesdays and Fridays, and that is because I've been getting so many aircraft requests, like aircraft fleet history requests, that I want to do more videos on it and like upload them quicker, so then more people can see like more things, they can see them a lot more often, and then there'll be more room for suggestions. Because what I've done now is I've gone back to old videos, and I've gone and looked at all of the suggestions that are there, because before what I used to do, well, I still do it, what I would have done on those videos is I would have seen like the best suggestion which I'd seen, which was like, oh yeah, I'll do that, and then I do that for the video. But then if there were like all the other ones will be discarded essentially, but if there was any that I didn't really like that were on the previous, like the next flick history after that, or there just wasn't any, or the ones that were suggested they were like too short in their years, then that would mean that I could just go back on the previous video and then go and have a look to see what ones I could do from there. But what I've done now is I'm going back all of those videos, and I'm going to try and do all of them. Now I have gone back and I've done probably about half a dozen. I'm going to do a few more. One came out on last Friday, which was the Iberia one. That one was one of the ones that was suggested like way back. So I will be doing that, but do keep your suggestions coming in, and I will try and get to them quicker. As I said, I'm going to be doing twice a week now, so that should mean that I will be able to put out a lot more, and you'll be able to I'll be able to do more suggestions essentially. I've got all that squared away, and then also Ibirdland, which is something you might not care about, but I know like 3 people do, so I'll say anyway. That is probably what I'm going to do is, I don't know if you know, but when it comes to Minecraft, like apart from Norchester, but that was because that was like my own little project of that. Like in terms of a Minecraft survival world, like I don't have a creative mind. And what I mean is that once I set up, I started up in Minecraft, I've got all the resources, I've built my house, I've got mining, and then after I'm set up there, usually I'm starting to work my way towards going to defeat the Ender Dragon or whatever. And then after that, it kind of hits a brick wall. Now, I did say at one point I wanted to defeat the Wither, and I think I might still do that. I think I'll do that and then end the series there, because I don't know if you knew, but like this whole railways like thing, that was just an idea I came out of thin air. I was like, oh, I did that on another world, I'll do it. Hey, yay. And I don't know, but then on the train station, like I don't know, I'm going to build that, but I will hopefully be trying to record more of that, but I don't think there's going to be very many episodes left of that. I mean, I don't even know if we'll get up to episode 70, but I'm going to be preparing to defeat the Wither. I will then end the series there, because, I mean, as I said, like I don't know if you know, but what in terms of YouTube, if I enjoy the series, then I'll do it. And then whether other people enjoy the series comes second. Like Air Tycoon 4, I know people enjoy it, but if I'm uploading it and I don't enjoy making it, then I don't see any point doing it, because then it'll be lower quality and I don't really want to edit it. And I can tell when I'm not enjoying the video, like whether I recorded it or not, because when I try and put off editing it. And that was what was happening in like the more recent Air Tycoon 4 videos, when the airline was starting to slip downhill. And also with Air Tycoon 4, I forgot to mention, I was trying to do that capture card little setup thing, which I was going to say was going to allow me to stop recording with my camera on Air Tycoon 4, but that doesn't work. And I think the reason why is because my capture card isn't an Elgato, it's an even media one. Like that's the another thing about it. I might get an Elgato later, but the thing is, I'm actually starting to think like towards the future now. How much longer am I going to be doing YouTube in this stage? Because I think I've done did I do a video saying that I future channel plans? I don't know if I have, but basically, what I want to do is, my channel will turn into basically a planespotting channel. That's what will happen, and there might be a few thoughts on videos which I could do, but I'm thinking that will just be the 2 series I do, and I might do fleet histories at a time, but like all the gaming stuff will probably cease. And it wasn't meant to happen now, but that's just that's just how it was. That's just a coincidence that it happened there, just because I just had a burden at school with homework, and then all the other factors start coming into play. That's what's going to happen later. So I'm thinking, well, if I get an Elgato, how long will it take to get an Elgato, and how long will I actually use it for? So I'm still in 2 minds whether to actually try and upgrade to that, because I know that my capture card, I mean, it's not the best. For a start, I have 2 black bars at the side of the screen. I don't know if you know that, but if you or if you don't have it full screen, like if you have it full screen, you can't really tell. But if you don't have it full screen, then you can tell there's two about 5 pixel wide gaps at the side, like both sides, that are just black. Like they fade out to black. It's not just the footage and then it's just like a cut off at the end. It does fade to that, so it doesn't look as bad as it probably would. But I still don't really want that. And then I think the Elgato will allow me to actually record it, so it actually does proper full screen. But I mean, apart from that, it's all right. It does 1080p recordings. I'm fine with that, and that records pretty nicely. But I think that I don't know whether I'm going to be upgrading to that, and that means that AirTycoon 4, it will have to stay like that. I'm sorry, I've tried a million times to try and sort this out, but it's quite clear that it's just not going to happen, because no recorder on my tablet, because my tablet's yonks and yonks old, so I'm just not going to be able to do anything with that, I think, because the Android is just so far back, nothing will support it. I think I need to get a new tablet. What I might do is, this is the thing, do I wait to get a new tablet and then start that second series? Because if I set up another series, that means I'm going to keep my tablet. I don't know. Because I am going to be doing a series 3. I am going to be doing a series 3 because I enjoy the game. But I'm not just going to jump straight to series 3. I'm going to do a series 2.5 and actually finish this off. And I think that might happen if something happens to the airline like halfway through. Like if that happens in series 3, then I'll just do a 3.5 and just pick up where I left off, like I'm doing now. I'll start in 2000. Here's my plan, because although I was like in 2005, I found that if you jump ahead a few years, then you actually miss a bunch of the, because you can actually jump ahead a few years in the game, but then I found that even if you have competition on when you do that, that means that then they all set up routes and then you're just sitting there doing nothing. So it's actually a really bad system for you to do that. And so I'm just going to set up in 2000. There's no point doing it in 2010. I'll get a lot more years out of 2000, and I only did 5 years of that, so I'm not going to waste those other 5. I'll just do the other 5 again. Just see how I do. And plus the first 5 years, I'm going to be trying to set up lots of routes and try and gain more money anyway before I start thinking about like replacing planes or doing more halves or whatever. I'll just be more focused on setting up routes in that time, and then by the time I get back to where I was in Jet US, I should hopefully have quite a few routes set up, and it should be all pretty good. So, is there anything else I've forgotten? I don't know. I think that's it. I do think that's it. As I say, it's literally it affects my whole channel. But oh yes, actually, there's one more thing. After I did the airport update, I went and said, like, airport update 25 or 24, I can't even remember now, I've done so many of them. I went and said that I was going to do a tour, because that was going to be the last airport update, because I've finished Manchester now, and I was going to do a tour of the world. Now, I actually recorded that video, I believe, the day after I recorded the airport update. And what I'd done is, because like after I'd recorded that, I'd had a GTA 5 disc, and my GTA 5 disc in my Xbox, and I was just on GTA 5, and I thought, oh yeah, there's this Easter egg that I found, or this little glitch that I found in the game in one of the airport hangars, which I still need to show you, and I'll go and record that. And then I recorded that. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty proud of that. Then went over to Minecraft and recorded the tour of the world. Now, this took, the last one I did, it was split into 2, and it was split into a just over an hour long video, and I think another 25-minute video. So, yeah, basically an hour and a half that took, plus the GTA 5 video. So I was basically recording for nearly 2 hours, and then at the end, I look in my output folder, the videos aren't there. What's happened? I check in my other folders, because there's like, it goes in my normal videos folder, and then it also goes into the public videos folder. And I remember one time it didn't go into the videos folder, it just went into the public videos folder. So I looked in the public videos folder, not there. So all of that time was wasted. So then that really put me off trying to record a tour for the world again. But now I'm kind of back into it, and that was like a month ago, so I'm really sorry that it's been a month. But I didn't really want to like put out the map, because I said I was going to do the tour and then put out the map. I didn't really want to put out the map first, and then nobody knows about it. And then I do this tour, and like 3 weeks later or something like that. So this tour, I'm going to be recording it after I've done this update video. In fact, that's why I've got my Xbox booted up. So I'll be recording that, and then we can you can finally see the airport in its full state. Now, I don't know what I'm going to be doing for my next airport. It's going to be based off another one. I'm not creating my own airport this time. It's going to be based off another one. I think I might do it on PC, simply because I have a lot more room to play with, and I haven't really done a series on PC. It might be alright, because on 360 the world's actually, it's really limited compared to Xbox One, and I can't get Xbox One Edition anymore, because, well, I could get Xbox One, well, that's what I'm planning anyway, but there's a Bedrock version, which is actually, I'd say that like quite a few things that I criticised it originally, like they are starting to fix now. So that'll be the end of this video here. I've ranted on quite a lot, and that's all I have to say. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video if you decide to that one as well. Bye!